Alright guys, I wanted to get this flip through of my 2017 planner done today. We have had the flu in our house and I have been meaning to get this done, but just wiped me out. So I'm finally back amongst the living and I want to get this done to show you. This is so fat and I like it like that. No problem, because when I'm all done and ready to put this on the shelf, I just put this little hair piece around it and it keeps it all together for me right on the shelf. And I do take these out when I'm all done so that I can use them on my new planners. So just to start with, I like to use mine to scrapbook, to journal, to plan, to monitor my goals, to track my progress, to keep little keepsakes from the kids. So pretty much this has replaced all of those things for me. I no longer scrapbook like I used to, and I no longer journal like I used to. I have like a whole bookshelf full of journals from when I was growing up, but that's not who I am now. So I'm embracing who I am now, and I'm more of a jot it down here and there type of lady now. So you'll see a little bit of that throughout, along with some family history I like to keep in here, just my own family history, a little bit of Lister's Got a List stuff in here. So I'm just going to try to as quick as I can, go through this. And then if you guys have any questions, you can leave a comment and ask below, and I will try to do a more detailed video of that later. So I went ahead and blocked off this first part here just because it's personal information that I didn't, necessarily want to share. But this has like some account information. It has like the birthdays, addresses. So we're going to just go ahead and pass that. And then I just have a reading list here that I will move over to my new planner. Just so that I can have my running list of stuff I want to check off. I didn't do so good with my reading in 2017, so I want to do better in 2018 and get a few books a month read. So, yeah, so on these divider pages, I went ahead and dedicated each one of them to do the Lister's Got a List, which is by the Reset Girl, and I will link her there. I don't know that she provides these stickers anymore, but I will link to her shop and you can search on her shop to see. There's a couple that I still need to go back and I need to fill in, but for the most part it's done. So things that make me, uniquely me. So I really like that. I have some more under here, and it's just a fun way for me to still scrap book a little bit and to also do some family history. So then on these first pages each month, I've just kept it how kind of it was designed to do as for relationship page. And there are some months that I really sat down and I was deliberate, and other months that I just kind of decorated it and called it good. So yeah, this is just self-explanatory, my monthly views and my weeklies. I started out rough because I didn't want to leave my 2016 planner, and I had the hardest time moving over to this planner for some reason, and I didn't end up moving into this planner until February. So I just sort of went and plastered some things on here and then went and got started. So January is kind of blank. So nothing too exciting. I will say I do use this for menu page, but I have tried it out before where I've used it for my work schedule or to do different tasks around the house. So I wanted to try and do something different on this monthly spread, but it didn't really work out for January. So yeah, February, here's my Lister's Got a List on the back of my monthly, and then my goals, and here you can see I really started to move over into my new planner. So this I wanted to just kind of do a smorgasbord type of page where I went and dumped anything I was focusing on that month, any projects I was working on, etc. And then I didn't know how I wanted to use these. I didn't want to use them for the books and the regular things that were there. So I kind of played around with it in 2017, and I kind of finally just got to a method that I really want to use this year, and I'll show you that when I show you my 2018 setup. But I went ahead and blocked off my budget here, so because I didn't really want to be displaying that. But that's what is under this spot here. And again, my menu. On some months I do big studies. I have time to dive into some of the stuff I've been studying. But some months I didn't have time, or I never got to it. So I just decorate it. I just put some cute type stickers on there, and I don't worry too much about, not using it just for, gospel study stuff. So, yeah, these note pages I've been using for journaling kind of, and to make sure I cover these questions throughout the planner. So here's some projects I'm working on, a running list. But I ended up moving this over to my work binder, so that it could be separate, but it was here too, so I could refer to it. Alright, same thing. Here's my list has got a list. I want to learn, a place I'd like to explore. Here's my relationship. Here I showed you how to do these inserts in another YouTube video, and I will link that. It's super easy. You hole punch it and then slice through it, and it just slides right into the coil. So nothing out of the ordinary here. I tried this month to use this for work to see if, I wanted to do focus things on here with work, but I liked staying in my work binder better, so I didn't do that again after that. So just some goals I wanted to work on that month, and my menu. I just use this for extras. I'm going to go back in and journal March. I never did do my recap kind of journal entry here. So I'm going to go back and review that and write that journal entry. Family home evening. So yeah, I just use some of the stuff I've been studying here and make it fun. I did have some notes here from the General Women's Conference that I went to, which was such an amazing meeting that March last year. So yeah, nothing too exciting, just some different studies and journaling. Here's April. Nothing too exciting. Some conference notes and some study. And I never did fill out my Easter, but I want to go back here and kind of journal what we did and some thoughts I had, and a couple more pictures of the Savior that I want to put in here. I was lazy, I guess. I usually go back and take the the Ensign, and go and write down some better quotes from the notes I took. But I just thought the New Era already had a bunch of them out, and I was lazy and I wasn't going to be catching up, so I just cut some out and glued them in. Easy, easy. Again, study that I've been doing. Here we are to May. We went on this dream vacation. We took my parents. My dad served his mission in England, and we went and took him and my mom over there to England to see his mission, and we went over to Paris and Versailles while we were over there in Normandy, and that was so amazing, like a dream come true. So that was pretty much most of May. Um, it took me like a week to even recover after I got back because I like just wanted to go back and travel. So I've got a few pictures here and there throughout this month, just kind of showcasing our trip, like where we went that day. Here's my cute parents. And I swear my hair looked like a disaster every single day of the trip. And I got this water retention in my feet that was horrid from the airplane. And anyway, I was one big swollen mess. I typically I have water retention throughout the day. Like my fingers start out small and then they're like fat like this by the end of the day. So it doesn't even matter how much water I drink. Anyway, little tidbit. So yeah, that was so fun. Amazing trip. And I'm so glad that it's like documented here. There's so many more pictures, but I'll just put those in a photo book of its own. But here it is for the record. So I love to cut these out of the church magazines and put them everywhere I can. In my planners, in my notebooks, in my scriptures. I just love them. And I'm a very visual person. And so just to see that picture as I'm flipping through, it's like, oh, what have I done today to strengthen my relationship with the Savior? So it's a great visual reminder for me. So I want to remember how boring adults were. I remember when I was growing up, I used to think adults were so boring. And I was right. And it's so much more fun to be on a childlike level and just see things new and exciting. And so I wrote down a bunch of ideas of ways that I could be childlike again and not be such a serious adult. So some things I've learned. Here's a little journal entry. Short and sweet. Little study I did. And then again, I just was a little lazy. I didn't want to write all this out, so I went ahead and cut. With the political world that we're in, I'm a very political person. Sometimes I get depressed, and this was an awesome article in the New Era that's like what a wonderful place it is, and it had all these reasons why we're at the most advanced we've ever been, and life expectancy increased, the divorce rate in the U.S. is the lowest it's been in 40 years. So all these things just remind me to be positive. A little journal entry. And then here is some little tickets to our game and a few extra pictures. That was the Peak District where Keira Knightley went in Pride and Prejudice. That was amazing. If you are in England, you should go to the Peak District for sure. Okay, so then we're in June. Yay, summer. We had a really fun summer camping and being outdoors a lot, so not too many, strange plans, but we went on a family reunion to Oregon with my side of the family, and we rented a beach house with all of the family, and it was so fun. Such a fun road trip. And there's all of my family, minus my brother and his kids, riding the train near Tillamook. It was so fun. Love Oregon. Who lives in Oregon? I love Oregon. So beautiful. So just a little bit of random things I wanted to remember. Some like breakfast, no carbs. How many carbs you're supposed to have. 25 grams of fiber. I just plop it down anywhere I can find space. I don't have any rules. Again, Sunday lessons, some things I've been studying, some scripture study. Here is our summertime plans. And just a fun little layout on charity. Oh, I love this paper by the Planner Society. It went so cute with the July. I just love to look at that. Look at that. Anyway, I'm a nerd. More listing. Goals. Usually in these spots, I do try to put a scripture or a quote a word. I'm not always good about tracking, but I do like to see it just because I like to see my patterns, to see when I was more diligent at it and when I wasn't. So yeah, I do love to. These are actually from Farm Brie Wife, and she makes them exactly the size to fit these boxes, which is really nice. So yeah, on weeks like this where I've got the stickers, and it means like I dedicated more time to actually to planning. On other weeks where I just plop stuff down without many stickers, I don't know where. Anyway, it just means that I didn't take the time, and we all have the time. Same time in the day, so it's what we really want to do is what we usually do. Like, I serve my mission in Taiwan, and they have a saying, "Yo kawang yo bangfa," and that's like, have desire, have way. So I do know that when I do take the time and I make the time, that I could make it a little nicer and more deliberate. But there's plenty of times that I just throw stuff together and I just survive the week. So all is fine. There's times and seasons for everything. There's days and weeks for everything. So don't worry about it looking a certain way. Like, this is totally not scrapbooker worthy, a layout. It's just me creating and expressing what I thought about this week. So I didn't stress about the layout or anything. I just started plopping, and it works out. If you don't like what you wrote, put a sticker over it. Don't worry about messing anything up, because this is yours, and there's really just no way you can mess up. I put that stamp there, but I didn't end up using it, but that's okay. It still looks fine. And, I know my posterity isn't going to be like, she did not finish that stamp. Same with that one. See, look, I had intended to use these, but I didn't. Okay, and then I just threw down a quote there. So don't stress, don't worry, and just write. Just do it. Write it down, record it, and that's the thing that matters. I already did this. So now we're to July. Did I already do July? This was a road trip I wanted to plan for 2018, so I was writing down all the information and the different places to see in South Dakota, near Mount Rushmore, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all of those things. And then I've got to go and catch up a couple in an entry for July, a recap. So now we're to August. Hope you're not bored. Same dealio. Just don't even stress. I just wrote down snack ideas here. Recognize your demons of inaction, fear, anxiety, indecision, and perfectionism. I really love this. Coexist with weakness. They're not our enemy. Be the best imperfect person that you can be. So I really do like to use this spread as sort of what I'm working on that month, what I'm thinking about, or what I'm reading in the book. I like to take notes of books that I'm reading and some little helps and suggestions that they give. These are just my own thoughts summed up here from a book I was reading. I do need to reference the book. So anyway, little journal entry. This some more snack ideas. It's when we went and saw the solar eclipse up in Idaho with the kids. And some more study. Here's the kids' soccer schedule. And I've got to go and write. I wanted to do this fun spread of why I have such a fear of missing out. I don't want to say no to anything, but then I regret not saying no to anything. And then I have some little things that I wanted to remember from the first half of the year here. So I've got to go back and do that. I'm going to do that on a Sunday when I have some time coming up. So I hate my voice on video, but I'm doing this for you guys. September, let's see, what did I do here? So I started a new thing here where I did like my morning, afternoon, and evening type schedule that I wanted to keep. And then I did a physical, spiritual, and educational goal here. And these little stickers are from the Planner Society, and they fit perfect in these little header boxes. So that worked really well for me, and I did it for a few more months. And here's some healing spices that I wanted to try to incorporate more in our meals, and drinks. Here is our schedule. My night to cook is Mondays. So I put these big, I got to do Sundays and Mondays. So I do a crock pot on Sunday, and then I'm in charge of Monday's meal. My daughter does Tuesday, my other daughter Wednesday, my son does Thursdays, and my other son does Fridays. And then my husband is in charge of using up all the leftovers on Saturday, feeding the kids before we go on our date night. Pretty good deal. And that's worked really well for us. I'll talk more about our menu and how we make it a family effort. It's not just me doing it, which is super nice. Again, a study. I got these from the church magazines. Something I really have been trying to work hard on this year was forgiving and letting things go. So that was kind of my thoughts on that. Love this paper by Planner Society. Of course, it's by Planner Society. Everything's by Planner Society. It's cute. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, cute. Okay, so this month I seem to be studying a lot about the Sabbath day in all my scriptures, so I have a lot of Sabbath day study throughout these months. So I just really love the black and brown combo that was on this month. I think it's really a good combo. So again, I just kind of put this right on the coil. Okay. Nothing new. Let's see, what did I do here? Same morning, afternoon, evening, physical, spiritual. That's my menu. These are some goals that I wanted to work on. So I went ahead and typed these quotes up from conference and printed them out on removable sticker paper. And this is super thin, and it super thin. It doesn't weigh the paper down at all, hardly at all. So this was a quicker way for me to get my favorite thoughts recorded. So love this girl by Guess Who. Look at this beautiful vellum paper by Guess Who. Look how pretty those look together. So a lister's got a list, and then these amazing cute pockets that Planner Society did. They're clear. Anyway, I just put some of the little embellishments in there. Nice. And then this was Halloween, and this is November. Since the week split, I had to have it split in my brain because I'm weird. So we're to November already, and this thing is plumped right up, so it kind of just does not sit still. I don't know that I did anything different. Anytime you want to do more journaling and you run out of room, just stick a paper in there and you've got your journaling. We took our family pictures on my husband's side, so those are just little printouts of those. Some study and journaling. Hope you guys aren't bored. If you guys aren't sick of my voice. It's okay if you are, though. This was a really messy, non-color coordinated talk I studied on pride and the root of evil. But I don't even care that it's ugly. It's the best study ever. If you study Edward Taft Benson's talk on pride, you will know what I'm talking about. So this opposite of pride is humility. So this is all the attributes of humility. Okay, yay! We are to December, which I loved all these stuff from Christina Tomlinson. And this is from the, just forgot their name, Planner Press. And I love their stuff too. This was a Light of the World challenge that we did, that the church did. And we're getting to the end here, so you don't have to be bored anymore. I didn't finish my Christmas stuff because it was just so crazy at the time. These are my ideal days: work day versus home day, Saturdays and Sundays. So just thought I'd print that out, I guess. And I didn't finish this. So I did not start out well with January, and I did not end well with December. That's okay, because I can go back in here and write down some of the things we did, because we did do a lot. I just didn't record it, which I hate it when I don't record it, because it's almost already lost now. And it would have been so nice to just have it already recorded if I would have just taken 5 or 10 minutes to do that. So, yeah. Now we get to the home and family section, which I went ahead and blocked off the personal pages with my husband and kids because it's personal. But maybe I'll show some sneak peeks of them, or not sneak peeks, but little shots of them next year when it's not current stuff. Our family ideals, I didn't do this year. I did it last year and I loved seeing our progress and stuff, but now we'll just have to refer to online. But I still might go and come and put it in here because I am a visual person, so I need to see what went where. Our little emergency preparedness and our house of order, kind of what's going on what day, and this is a hot mess. I'm going to do better for my 2018, and I'll show you how I have that set up. Alright, so there it is. There it is. You guys remember that? So there she is in all her glory. I'm going to miss this planner because a lot of good thoughts and good lessons learned in 2017. This was a good friend. But I've already made a new friend in 2018, and I'm excited to show that for you in one of the upcoming videos.